If you guys can see
the contraption. Like, you should really take a picture. Is there, you can in your video put like,
honestly, where's my, oh,
we should get my phone too.
this is hilarious. You are on 3 books and I don't even know what this is.
It's a mezcal crate.
Oh, great.
I didn't drink the mezcal, I just have the container for it.
I don't like mezcal. Do you like mezcal?
I love mezcal.
Oh my god.
Shout out Rosaluna. That's my go-to drink. I'll either have wine or like a mezcal paloma with fresh grapefruit juice, or like sparkling water and lime juice.
We should do a
drink or dare,
truth or drink. Okay, so
guys, I'm obsessed with frozen yogurt. It hasn't even been 24 hours since I had ice cream. In New York is a struggle. I waited 30 minutes outside for this froyo place to open, and then I got it and walked home with it. It's 77 degrees out right now.
It's pretty hot.
Long story short,
she went on the subway with this.
Can I show you?
Yeah.
I can't even because it's liquid now. There's 2 types of people. Either they get like plain tart with berries or very one flavor. Like I got her vanilla with a bunch of chocolate stuff.
Yeah, mine is full. I'll show you guys.
I got
soup. Soup with blueberries. That was Maddie's. Mine's still like pretty intact.
How does that work?
She was just telling me that they're doing, what is it, a collab with Oatly?
Yeah. This isn't a promo.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by 16 Handles. I
but
wish we were.
If you would like to.
Ice cream made with oat milk. So it's healthy. The toppings are definitely not healthy.
There's a vanilla one and a coffee one.
Explain the reason why we chose froyo for this video.
We were in between froyo or getting acai bowls, but we figured froyo is way more fun. It's summer. I've been eating ice cream, like I said, pretty much every single day. We went with the froyo option, and we also liked to use this as a topping. My Munchies. I just started a CBD cereal company called Maddie's Munchies. It is CBD cereal, obviously I just said that, and it's high protein, low carb, so technically it's keto. This is a chocolate flavor. We're gonna be releasing some other flavors soon, but it just got started, so starting with this one. And yeah, it just mellows you out a little bit, tastes great.
We're gonna be very chilled
So
at 1 o'clock
as
in
a
the
topping.
afternoon. Oh yeah.
Okay.
As if I needed any more topping.
Try it first so you can just have it without the... I've been told it tastes like a chocolate wafer. So it's kind of like, have you ever had those wafer cookies as a kid that have the cream in the middle? It's kind of like the chocolate one of that. It's very light.
Okay, here we go.
It tastes like Cocoa Pops, so it's healthy. And a CBD in it. No?
Very nice.
It's
Wow.
light texture. Easy. I'll either just snack on it. I want to put it on this, but it's such a waste because it's...
I feel like we should split
soup.
mine. Yeah, don't have that.
I'm
Take half of
sad.
mine. Put it in a bowl.
Okay.
Okay, so haven't done a proper intro, but
I also have other ice cream.
you want to just get ice cream? Yeah. Actually, split this, please, because I really do not need all of this. God knows that I don't need all of this. Okay, so as I was saying, today we're doing a model mukbang. It's been a long time since I've done one on the channel. Obviously, the last year or so, we've had a global pandemic, which kind of put a wrench in filming videos with other people, but I'm so happy to have you as my first guest.
Am I? Oh, post-COVID.
Yeah,
I felt really honored.
Season 2. Yeah, Maddie and I met at Gloveworks. A lot of you guys, if you watch my channel, you'll know Gloveworks is like my second home. And we started becoming friends, and I was like, Maddie would be a great person to have
Thank you.
as a guest.
I also think that making friends in a new city, and we'll get into that, I just moved to New York 3 months ago, is through hobbies. Because obviously you meet people out drinking or at dinners and whatnot, but I think that meeting people with mutual interests is so great, because we met boxing actually in LA because they have a Gloveworks there, and I moved from LA, and then we connected, and then I moved to the city. I automatically had a friend in you, and we initially just started boxing together, and we would hit each other up to do that, but now we do things like this. We go out to eat. I mean, anything that friends do. So it's a really healthy way if you're new to a city. Yeah, which I'm sure a lot of you are at this time. I want to join a wine club. I want to join, I don't know, yoga group, a running group, stuff like that you enjoy. And then you'll meet people automatically with common interests, or meet a guy.
I think that's one of the most asked questions I get when I do Q&As is like, how do you meet people in a new city? And how do you not feel intimidated to like approach new people or approach new situations?
I'd say it's just reminding you, I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Like I was trying to fish out the stuff that wasn't completely melted, but it's a lost cause. So I'm switching to the ice cream that's just out of the freezer. I think just reminding yourself that we're all in the same boat. We're both mid-20s. Everyone is scared to meet people. Everyone feels uncomfortable. And it's like a relation, like a love relationship. It's gonna start off weird, but then once you cross that,
you have to break the ice.
Yeah, initial weirdness, then it becomes more comfortable, and then before you know it, you're like, oh my gosh, remember when we just first met and I like approached you at boxing, and LOL, now we're eating ice cream on the couch together on a Thursday afternoon.
Yeah. How did you find your first few months in New York? What was the transition like?
It's been super fun. I'd overall say that it's obviously totally different, and like I visited a lot. It's just a totally different change of pace, change of lifestyle. Everything's completely different from LA. Obviously it's on a different side of the country, but it totally makes sense that it's wild. I don't even know how to explain it. It's been a like big adjustment, and I've always known that I love it here, and every time I visited I just felt so alive. The energy is like anywhere else, or unlike anywhere else in the world. Sorry, my freezer is doing work for all the ice cream that's in there. It's unlike anywhere else in the world. You feel constantly stimulated. It's so fast paced, and it comes with its pluses and minuses. With that energy, it can be stressful and overwhelming. I have FOMO all the time because there's constantly so many things going on, different things to do.
We were just talking about this before we started filming, how if you wanted to go out on a Monday night, you could. If you wanted to order something at 4 a.m.,
you can.
You can. So what would you say is like the biggest difference between not just like living in LA and New York, but also working in LA versus New York?
Well, living wise, I think the biggest difference is the people. I find them a lot more, I obviously have good friends in LA and New York, but like the people, I tend to be a lot more genuine here, I find, and just open to helping each other out. Like it's not like me helping you with a video, or like if I help you with some sort of project and take away from my own success. We're both models, we're both in the same industry, and girls in the past, I felt like I've felt as if someone else's success takes away from their own. So here I feel like everyone I meet is truly just willing to help each other out.
Yeah.
Obviously too, like here it's a lot of eating and drinking and going to museums and experiencing culture, versus LA I found it was a lot more nature. Like I kind of miss being able to go to the beach or go hiking and do healthy activities all the time.
Yeah, that's one of the downsides in my opinion, and I even realized this because I just was away for the weekend and I was in a place that was more relaxed and like more suburban rather than like New York, and it was a much healthier weekend than I would have had if I was here. You know, everything is food or drink based. Yeah, you really do have to get away, because you're just, regardless of who you're meeting or what you're doing, whether it's pleasure or work, it's always with drinking or eating. Like that's literally all
I feel like we're
doing.
talking about that a lot. It's just everywhere. Like you wake up on a Saturday, let's go to brunch. You have to actively, like, I haven't drank for 4 days this week and I feel like a saint because I've had to sit in my apartment, turn my phone off and tell myself like avoid social stuff. And yeah, you can go and not drink, but you're gonna at least want to have a glass of wine or something, and it's not bad.
For you it's different because you're just
getting here.
You're just getting here, you're meeting people.
But you also at work, I'd say work wise, it's just different. I mean, here it's more high fashion. It's a fashion capital, I feel like.
It's less commercial, like as a whole.
Yeah. So I've been struggling a little bit with that. But I think that there's just so much opportunity in both cities. The health and wellness space, the food industry is great in LA. I've been struggling because I'm a huge foodie. I love healthy food and like finding new restaurants to go to. Which obviously there's a million amazing restaurants here, but I've been struggling with like the
LA is so much more.
It's so much healthier.
Healthy. Yeah. It's actually insane. And if I'd never been to LA, I would have never said that because there's a juice place on every corner and there's healthy desserts all the time. It's not the same. It's so strange.
Like to find a froyo place, obviously I walk 20 minutes to come back with like, this isn't even healthy frozen yogurt, but it's not ice cream and it all melted. So
froyo
you can't win it all.
Froyo is not healthy.
No, it's not. It's so much sugar. So we both model. I would say I'm more so an influencer than a model. And I've kind of tried avoiding being called that because I think it gets a negative stigma, and it's funny too. That's a huge difference, New York versus LA. Here, the influencer world is very unsaturated. I walk around the city like a crazy person. Everyone stares at me. They don't understand. I'll hit up brands to like, hey, can I come in and get a smoothie for free if I post about your business? It's mutually beneficial, and they just like, we'll give you 10% off. They just don't get it.
That's why there's that saying of like, tell me you're in LA without telling me you're in LA.
It's embarrassing, but I feel like with social on mine, I think what separated me and allowed me, because I'm sure you would have asked this question, but a lot of people ask me, how did you build up your following? You know, why do you think it's been like a business for you? And I think that I look back and I'm like, honestly, I've been growing it over the past probably 3 or 4 years, and I couldn't give you, I'm like, I don't know exactly how. It just kind of felt like it happened. But obviously it's a ton of work. You feel like I'm never working, but at the same time I'm always working. You don't have any time off. You always have to care about what you're putting into your body, exercising. Your whole lifestyle is kind of on blast, and you want to, you know, share with people everything and influence them in a positive way. But I think what, for me, I've realized is the most, you know, beneficial or rewarding for myself, but also paid off the most, is just being fully transparent. I feel like I show everything. If I'm having a bad day, I talk about it to my followers. I'm very open about, you know, what I'm going through day in and day out, the ups, the downs. I think just being real and relatable without forcing it, because I think about, okay, what would y'all want to hear about? And like, okay, maybe fitness tips, maybe some healthy recipes, and like I'll sprinkle that in here and there, but at the end of the day, like, okay, maybe some of you want to hear makeup tutorials. Like, I don't really care about that, so I'm not going to change. And I found that clients, I used to think I needed to change my content to cater to what people want, but people are attracted to who you are based on what you already have to offer, and you shouldn't have to change anything, because then there are people come to me and want to work with me, and they're like, oh no, we just really like what you have to share and who you are and what you talk about, and you don't need to change a thing. So
yeah, I totally agree with that. Sorry, my like yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I also think we're at this point with Instagram especially, where like everything already exists. The beautiful pictures, the butt pictures, everything that you could think of already exists picture wise. So now it's more of like, who am I going to follow that I connect with? Right. Who is someone who, yes, posts pretty pictures and yes, has a nice feed, but
what would I want to hear about?
To? Yeah.
And that's why TikTok's so popular too, is it's, you know, random high school kids or whoever it may be, a mom in Minnesota that picks up their phone. It takes no fancy lighting, no elaborate equipment or anything, and so you just off the cusp post whatever you want to, and if people relate to it, then they do, and it pays off. I just can't do it, and I thought when I first moved here, my modeling agency was at the time, you need to make it your aesthetic better and like more high fashion New York cool girl. I'm like, but I'm not a New York cool girl. I'm from LA and Texas. You still maintain like who you are,
which is I think is pretty special, because the pressure to become this it girl or whatever. Wouldn't you say that there is pressure here to be like this cool New York girl? I don't necessarily feel it anymore, because first of all, I don't go out like that and I don't hang around those people. But when you're first moving here, there can be a lot of pressure, especially in our industry, to be like, okay, am I wearing the right stuff? Am I acting the right way? Am I like hanging out with
like people did even say to me, like, be careful hanging out with that person or going to dinner with them, because if people see you with them, they're gonna think you're that girl. I'm like, I can't overthink that so much. Like, just because I meet someone once for dinner doesn't mean that I'm like associated with them or that defines who I am. I don't know. I learned today, I had a lesson if something happened to me, and it's all about your ego and how we think that like who we're around, yes, it is a huge deal who you surround yourself with, but how many followers you have, who you're around, like what your job title is, the labels, like we think that defines us, when at the end of the day it really doesn't, and that's all extra and fake and fluff, and it's really just about who you are. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it does. I was gonna say, like, I saw something recently about success, and I think, I mean, one of the biggest lessons that I've learned during the pandemic, which I've shared with you guys, is that I took so much of my own worth and value from like working and making money.
How much money you're making?
Success of my career, and it's like success and happiness is about so much more than that. Like,
especially
working and making
modeling.
money is like 20%.
Yeah, and modeling, this industry in particular, and I'm sure a lot of you in different industries can relate to this, is purely based off of what they want at the time, a little bit of luck, and what's in for your look. Like, our looks aren't really in right now, and
we were just talking about this earlier.
Nothing to do with us. Like, I've been struggling honestly in New York getting work, and I beat myself up and think it's something to do with me. I'm doing something wrong. I'm not working hard enough. And that's the one thing I can say is we both like work our butts off. We're boxing 8 a.m. We're posting content. We're doing everything right, but at the end of the day, that doesn't equate to success. And we think that's something to do with us, and that doesn't define you. Just because you're not booking jobs or making as much money that year, or having the boyfriend that you dream of, or be married at the right age, or wearing
all
the
these
right
societal
clothes, all these things,
yeah.
these norms. It doesn't define who you are, what success is. If you wake up every day and you're happy, like I was reading The Power of Now, and also the Surrender Experiment, a lot about meditation and how there's people that realize they become enlightened and they sit on a park bench and have nothing. Like, they give away all their things. They don't have a job, but they're so content because they're just present and just enjoying now. Because I think that 99% of the time our worries and frustrations are about things that like don't even exist or haven't even happened yet.
Or fears. I'm not saying you and I, because I feel like I've personally done a lot of work to like not live by my fear, but a lot of people, they are constantly focused on what they don't want to happen.
I for sure am. And then you attract that. What you focus on is what you amplify.
You attract
vibrations, and you literally attract into your life. Like, and it's like those, what are those things called when you look at something? Oh, it's like that red dress or the green dress, that thing that was trending a long time ago.
Blue and gold.
It's kind of like that, but also like when you look at a photo, what you see, and you literally can decide what to focus on. Like, you can look at New York City and you focus on all the filth and the trash and the homeless people, or you focus on all the negative things, the noise and this and that, or you focus on the beauty, and then that's what you're gonna attract more of.
Couldn't agree more.
Anywho, so going back to my cereal.
Oh yeah, so okay, this is where we're going with this. Is like, you built the social media, you got this following, you've built this community with your people by being solely who you are. Consistency,
collaborating. I don't do that as much as I should, but I'm glad I am. And yeah, I just decided I've been always, like I said, really into food, and I wanted to figure out a product. Like, yeah, these girls, I think it's amazing, and I would do the same, but create a bikini line or a beauty product or something it makes perfect sense based on like the content you produce. But I wanted to make something that not only you could feel good eating because it's relatively good for you or better for you than most cereals, but also makes you feel good. Like, you come home, the whole idea of cereal hits different at night, so you come home and you want to mellow out a little bit before bed, or in the morning you want to have something like it's easy on your body and just relaxing. And
I will say I feel very relaxed after having
you like this much, but I know there's a lot of people that don't yet understand CBD. It has no THC in it, and THC is a component of hemp or marijuana, whatever, that gets you high. So this doesn't get you high at all. You literally just feel like you're chilling, you're relaxed.
A lot of people have great experience with CBD and just turning off that brain at night. I think a lot of people
it helps you relax before bed. But yeah, I just wanted to do something that I was passionate about. I'm able to connect with people and talk about it. Every time I'm talking to a friend, it comes up naturally in conversation. It's something that I'm just passionate about, and I think by making people happier and feel better, I'll make the world a better place. I wasn't sleeping well, and now I'm sleeping a lot better, which obviously is a huge part of health and well-being.
Should we go to the Q&A?
Yeah, I really want to.
Okay, so Maddie did a little Q&A. I'm gonna finish this even though it's soup.
Let's see, any moving tips / furniture sites? It just depends on from furniture where you're at in life. For me, I moved from LA and I was in a studio, and I was in a furnished studio, so I'm a very, probably not the smartest, rip off the band-aid kind of person, start fresh. So I literally sold anything that I did own, got on the plane, got here, I set up working with a furniture rental company, and that was it. I moved in, and they literally showed up that day, brought in all the furniture. So I'm paying, for example, for this couch, I think $50 a month, which financially, I don't know when you add it up, depending on how long you're gonna be somewhere. I'm trying out New York for a year, likely gonna be here a lot longer, but it just made sense for me. So if you need an easy way to move,
Yeah,
I recommend that.
Furniture rental is not a bad idea.
Hardest part about modeling?
I would say probably the inconsistency financially.
I go back and forth between wanting a routine and stability versus liking to mix things up, and every client you work with every day is exciting and new. Like, I want structure where I can't go out on a Tuesday night because I have to be up at 7 a.m. for work, and I go to work from 9 to 5. Like, there's something beautiful about that. And that just goes to show all of you that do have jobs like that, the typical 9 to 5, like, there's something amazing about that. You have coworkers. We don't work with the same people more than, unless you have a consistent client, you happen to have other models on set, which is so rare. Like, we don't work with other people, so you don't interact.
Well,
there's days that I don't work
with the same people every day.
Yeah, and I don't interact with a human being a lot of days at all. Like, I'll go throughout a whole day and I need to leave the house. I haven't seen anyone because I'm producing content. It's a very lonely industry.
Yeah, I would say that for sure. And like the financial inconsistency, like 1 month you could be working like a train, making so much money, and then I was saying this to my agent earlier because she confirmed me for a job next week, and I was like, I was kind of worried about this month being slow or whatever, and now it's lining up perfectly. Like, if you have a slow month, sometimes you think to yourself, you're like, oh, well, this is it, I'm done. You know what I mean? But other than that, I feel like you can make everything a positive if you want to. And I think that you can, like, you can make it a scheduled 9 to 5 if you have something else going on.
Yeah, you just have to create your own kind of schedule.
Yeah, you need something more than just modeling, I would say.
Dating in New York City.
Hard pass. No. But seriously.
I had high expectations. I haven't been here for long, but I thought it was gonna be a lot better, and it's also difficult. I think that men here tend to, like, I don't know, it's all this Peter Pan syndrome where they're like 35, 40 and still don't want to settle down. And like, I saw this TikTok about it the other day, and it put it perfectly. It was really funny. I'm trying to remember what the girl said. It was something about how, like, they want a committed relationship, but they also want to, like, do their own thing and only see you once a week, and like, they want both.
I feel like the age of commitment here is a lot later. Just because people here kind of think that but they think that their 30s are the new 20s. So you have all of these people who are in their early 30s and they have their careers lined up and stuff, but they're still, like, they're not ready for that next step. I think that's where it stems from.
Fine.
We're back.
Okay, so someone asked where you can buy Maddie's Munchies right now. It's just maddiesmunchies.com. It's MADISMUNCHIES.
I'll put it on the screen.
Whatever. Oh yeah, I forgot you used to learning something new every day.
Okay, and there'll be a link down below, and her Instagram will be below all that
thank
stuff.
you. Helping people out. Not every girl would do that. There's a lot of body image stuff, because I kind of said that that's one thing we could talk about, because that kind of goes hand in hand with modeling. And I think that's a huge topic that I find interesting, and it's a huge problem as well. So a lot of people said, how often do you weigh yourself? What do you do if you get over pounds? Also things like, sorry, there was another one. Weight loss, body image, drinking with your friends, and being aware of the calories for modeling.
That's a good question.
So about your body.
How do you feel about that?
I do not weigh myself. I never do. You can tell if your body's changing, and that's not even a negative thing, but I've honestly struggled with this for a few years, and I still do, and I think it's almost impossible in our industry not to pay attention. Like, I miss the days where I could just eat and not think about whether or not I was healthy, or at least be aware of what I was eating, if that makes sense. We both eat a lot. Like, I have to fuel my body for exercising and to do the things that I want to do, and I love food, so I eat, I would say, more than most girls that I know. Not to compare, because you don't ever truly know what people are doing, but I don't ever weigh myself. Just, it's based on how I feel. And it's not, I think with drinking, it's not about the calories for me, because I have friends that drink a lot and barely eat. When they do eat, they eat crappy food, which is the most terrible thing you
not believe the things that people
I can't even get it. This is a whole nother video. And if this is interesting to you, comment and we'll do another video talking about this. But I would say I don't pay attention with alcohol as far as the calories, because it's empty calories, and there's, like, we can get into this more and more, like, there's no carbs in a lot of liquor, but at the same time it's so bad for your body that I'm more concerned, and the reason I'm trying to cut back a little bit is that it's not good for you. It's kind of poisonous unless it's like a glass of red wine or something that is organic and doesn't have sulfites in it. So it's more, I feel crappy the next day, then I'm not gonna wanna exercise, I'm not gonna be productive, I'm not gonna sleep well. It's the full picture. It's not about the calories at all.
Yeah, but for me, I will say, and I don't know if you get this like side effect from drinking, it affects my body so much physically. Like if I have more than 2 or 3 drinks and I have not eaten well that day in combination of those things, I will not look good the next day. I will not feel good. I'll be sluggish.
More just not even like I'm like gaining weight, but it's like my eyes
it's like
are
a puffiness thing.
and like
it's short term.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. I just don't like how I feel. And this is a recent thing. I used to be able to in high school, college, have like a night and not even wake up and feel great, go for a run. And in the last year, I swear, like I can't do that anymore. I have a few glasses of wine and I can tell the next day.
Okay, next
How
question.
to avoid bloating.
Oh,
I have my 2 cents, but you can give yours first.
for me, it's all like diet, and they already know this because they, you know, I've openly talked about
Like my tummy issues. She can't eat more than I watched one of her videos the other day, and I didn't know you had problems with avocado more than
I can't eat more than like half.
I've already surpassed that amount, so everyone's different.
I actually ate a whole one this morning.
Wow, getting crazy.
I just can't have like one whole one every single day. I have to like take a break.
I think it's in your head, dog.
Bloating for me doesn't really happen unless I'm eating something I know my body doesn't like. So for me, avoiding bloating has to do with you understanding what works and what doesn't. Obviously there are like GI issues that will just pop up. Like if you have a GI issue, you can bloat from anything. That's totally different.
Dude.
For me, it's like I need to eat what works for me, need to drink good enough water.
My issues, I'm guessing, might be from having like some of that fake sugar stuff messes you
yeah.
up, or cruciferous
Stevia.
vegetables like
Those
cauliflower,
vegetables
Brussels
too.
sprouts. I had something called Jerusalem artichokes, what do they call them? Sunchokes the other day. Y'all. I'm not even kidding you. I could not sleep because my stomach was churning and it was so gaseous. I felt terrible. So I definitely struggle with bloating. I think it's overeating or like eating too fast. Drink enough water. Walk. Sometimes if I go for a walk after I have a big meal, that helps.
Yeah, definitely. Like we talk a lot about vegetables and I love vegetables, but some vegetables really just like fuck you up.
Sweet potatoes are good. You can Google this. The cruciferous vegetables are the ones you gotta watch out for. The Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, broccoli, stuff like that.
Broccoli. Yeah. Oh, those 3 are like a no.
Yeah.
Bottom line is like you can figure all this stuff out yourself if you really want to.
It's so true because I
don't need like
been struggling with sleeping, and then I know that my body hasn't been responding well to alcohol lately. But I kept doing it and getting the same result. I'm like, Maddie, just stop fighting yourself and listen to what your body's trying to tell. They know so much more than we give them credit for.
Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to add? Usually I end this video with a piece of advice for a girl who's like trying to get into the industry. So if you have any advice.
There's so many things I feel like I talk about. Yeah, it's really hard because I talk about something different every day, I feel like, or I have a different focus every day. But I would say overall, everything is temporary. Whatever you're going through, as hard as it is right now, you're gonna look back a month from now, 2 years from now, and it's just, you're gonna laugh about it because it's not worth stressing over. And just be present. Like if you're so caught up in what's happening and you're not enjoying life for what it is, we only get today in this moment, and you're only this young once. So be as happy as you can and present whatever you're doing, and just enjoy life for whatever it's giving you, the good, the bad, the ugly. Yeah, be present.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. This is fun.
You're the
I
best.
need to do more stuff like this.
I know, we need to do a round 2. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Like, comment, subscribe if there's anything you want to hear about. Let us know.
Yeah, she's got it.
Was that you? Sorry.
I kind of love that you just did that. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, comments, leave them down below. Don't forget to check out the description box with Maddie's Instagram, Maddie's Munchies, all the goods. Yeah, like, subscribe, come join the fam, and we'll see you guys soon. Mwah.